Okay, I'm going to give you a quick overview of an invoice processing solution that uses ABI FlexiCapture and FileDirector document management system. So with this demonstration, we're going to capture the invoices in ABI, move them into FileDirector, then update the account system. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to load some invoices in that have already been scanned. So we select some invoices in a folder and click open. This is equivalent to scanning them in. ABI imports them and converts them into a format that it's comfortable with, which is normally a grayscale image. Once it's done that, it works its way through them, trying to work out what they are based on the project details that it already holds or has been set up. So in this case, they're either purchase invoices or statements. As you can see, they've been read and the information that we're looking for has been extracted. And at this stage, some are perfect, green, ready for export, and others, some of the information needs what we call verifying. So in this example here, it's called some line item information, but it's asking us to confirm that we're happy with it. So, for example, the quantity, it's picked up some information which shouldn't be there. So we can manually go through each one if we want to and delete them, or we can go into what we call a group verification stage. So from a user's perspective, they can work their way down the list if they want to, double clicking into each invoice or statement, checking what information it's unsure about. For example, the quantity, or sorry, the net amount is spot on, but you can just overtype it or make any corrections you like. The other way you can do it is by going into what's called the verification stage, which is when we pretty much do everything in a group, hit the verification button, and then what it shows you there, what you're seeing on the screen, is what it's uncertain about at 100% confidence, and what it's seeing on screen compared to what it thinks it's got. So in majority of the time, actually the accuracy is incredibly high, and you can change the thresholding, or what's called the confidence level. And normally something like 30 or 50 invoices, you could do the verification stage in that, making sure everything's absolutely perfect in under a minute or so. Once we've done the verification, everything's ready to export, and the export profiles are preset for you and your company. So in this instance, we're actually exporting off to CSV files for our document management system with TIFF images, which we're going to show you, but also we're generating XML files for our account system. That could equally be a perfect spreadsheet for Sage or for Sun Office, Sun Accounts, whatever it is you use. The format of the XML file or the spreadsheet can be tailored exactly the way that you need it. So in this instance, when we're looking at the XML files, we're using those for our account system cash flow here for the sample, for the example video, and all of the fields are laid out in a way that our programmer has set so that the account system can just automatically read it in. We can also use scripts and .NET code to push the data directly into it if we need to as well. Okay, so we've got two things we're showing you now really. The first thing is that the invoices that we just scanned have just automatically been imported into our document management system FileDirector. And FileDirector also has a workflow or process management facility. So one of the things I'm showing you here is that 5 of the invoices are over £1,000, and there's a workflow running that says if any invoices come in for more than £1,000, generate an email. So they came in instantly. Obviously that's completely customizable. The other thing with FileDirector is it runs in a web browser, so anyone, anywhere can access it to have a look at any of the invoices. It runs very, very quickly, like a website basically, and it'll run on an iPad, laptop, iPhone, whatever you want it to. A user can log on to FileDirector, key in, say, a supplier's name or an invoice number, whatever it is they want to search on, and retrieve a document. Once they've got it up, they can email it on to somebody, they can download it, do whatever they need to do. And then the next phase we've got is building up an approval workflow that works for you. So in this example, we've got a simple workflow running where invoices are more than £5,000. We want a user called G Barlow to approve it, and just showing you the setup behind the scenes. We've got the contents of the email, what we want them to say. The user needs to take action, and we can set some fields or change some fields. So initially the invoice is going into the system, we're giving it a status of pending. It's then going off to one Gary Barlow for approval, and once he logs onto the system, he can see that he's needs to approve the invoice, which is what we're going to demonstrate now. So first of all, there's an email generated that says an invoice needs approval. Then Mr. Barlow logs in to FileDirector with the correct password. Once he logs in, he opens up his cabinet and hits his tasks button, and over on the right hand side he sees that there's an approval waiting, invoice approval, and there it is at the bottom of the screen. He launches it, he can have a look at it, checks the details, checks the amounts, and if he's happy with everything, he can approve it by clicking the green button. At that stage, a user could be asked to enter a department ID, or they could be asked to put some comments in if you require them to. Now when he looks for that invoice, he searches on the supplier, which is DICOM. You'll notice that in the fields at the bottom of the screen, it's now set to approved. Okay, so that's the end of the demonstration. I think the key thing here is that the solution is completely customizable. You scan, import or collect your email invoices with Abby FlexiCapture. It then reads and extracts the data. You can then update your account system automatically and then push the invoices into FileDirector, the virtual filing cabinet, which can then trigger off an automatic approval process. I hope that's been helpful. It's meant to give you a quick overview of FileDirector, Abby FlexiCapture, and how we can put together an invoice processing solution for what is hopefully an affordable or workable price. The key thing is that whatever you need, whatever your requirements, we can shape the solution to make it do exactly what you need it to do. Please feel free to come back to us with any other information you need. Thanks for watching.